Krishna was born of the Virgin Devaka. Horus was born of the Virgin Isis. Mercury was born of the Virgin Maya. Romulus was born of the Virgin Rhea Silvia. There's no end to the way in which this kind of thing can be fabricated.
Those are some real bold claims from a guy who claims to be a scholar. But this man is an atheist. He has a real huge bias. This is the late Christopher Hitchens, and he names at least 4 gods here who he said all have virgin births. He named Krishna, Horus, Mercury, and he named Romulus. Let's look and see if any of his claims hold up. Says here, Krishna's mother was not a virgin. Krishna was actually the 8th son of Devaki, who was also married. So obviously this doesn't hold up. The real miracle here was that it involved his transfer into an existing marital pregnancy, not a conception without prior sexual history. This is exactly where the producers of Avatar got the story from in order to make that feature film. When it comes to the story of Horus, he too had a father by the name of Osiris. Osiris was actually murdered and chopped up in pieces. Isis, his wife, magically puts him back together and stimulates him sexually, and then they have sex, and then Horus is born. In Roman mythology, Jupiter used to visit Maya in secret at night to hide his affair from his wife Hera and made love to Maya. She then became pregnant and gave birth to Mercury. See, Mercury also had a father, Jupiter. In Roman mythology, Romulus and his twin brother Remus were the product of Rhea Silva and Mars coming together. Most versions of the story states that she was sexually assaulted by the god Mars, and this is how the twins were born. Listen guys, I'm no scholar. It's not hard to look this stuff up. It's all about if you want to learn and get to the truth. And you can see how these guys lie and manipulate people into believing lies. But let's get back to more lies.
The virgin birth is necessary because as the Christian religion is moving into the Gentile arena even more and more, it adopts more and more ideas from the Greco-Roman world that's surrounded rather than any possible Jewish origin.
Now this gentleman is Tovia Singer. This guy is an Orthodox Jew who has a staunch hatred of the New Testament and Jesus. If you talk to ultra-Orthodox Jews, they don't deny Jesus' existence, but they lie on him. So he's going to have a bias, and I'm going to prove strictly from the Old Testament that Jesus Christ's virgin birth was necessary according to the scriptures, not any pagan mythology.
Right? In John 1:45, it said, Philip finding Nathanael and said unto him, We have found him of whom Moses in the law and the prophets did write, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph. Right? I rest my case. Joseph was the pappy.
Now this stuff right here is very remedial. Look at Luke 3:23. Let's see what it says. And Jesus himself began to be about 30 years of age, being as was supposed the son of Joseph, which is the son of Heli. What does this let you know? This is letting you know that Jesus was assumed to be the son of Joseph. The author is giving you a strong indication that people were assuming that Joseph was the biological father. That's what this is talking about. And furthermore, why would an angel need to even appear to Joseph to let him know to take Mary for his wife? What would be the point of that? It's because she was pregnant and he knew he hadn't had sex with her. Now this is Genesis chapter 49, verse 10, where Jacob, who's on his deathbed, who's given a prophetic blessing to his son Judah. He says, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. The scepter symbolizes a ruler's staff, someone who has authority in rulership. The lawgiver emphasizes Torah scholarship, one who teaches the law. This Shiloh individual is the one who's going to be teaching and ruling. The gathering symbolizes a universal submission to his will. Let's let's look at Psalms 132 real quick. We're going to read 2 verses. Psalms 132:11 states, "The Lord has sworn in truth unto David, he will not turn from it. Of the fruit of thy body will I set upon thy throne. If thy children will keep my covenant and my testimony that I shall teach them, their children shall also sit upon thy throne forevermore." So God is saying, like, look, I'm going to let kings rule on Israel's throne forever. But you have to obey my laws, statutes, and commandments. That's the conditional promise that the Most High is making with Israel. Well, let's look at the last couple kings of Israel. First, we're going to deal with Jeconiah. And unfortunately, he could not hold up the end of the deal with God. And God pretty much allowed Nebuchadnezzar to come through and smash on Jeconiah. And then God pronounced a curse upon his lineage. Jeremiah 22:29-30, it states, "Earth, earth, earth, hear the word of the Lord. This is a declaration. Thus saith the Lord, write ye this man childless, a man that shall not prosper in his days. For no man of his seed shall prosper, sitting upon the throne of David and ruling any more in Judah." It's a wrap. God said, for no man of his seed shall prosper, sitting upon the throne of David. So it's over. Shiloh can't come. God just cursed Judah's seed right here. So we can't get Shiloh anymore. Unfortunately, no. Zedekiah did evil on the side of the Lord. If you read Jeremiah chapter 39, 5-9, it tells you how King Nebuchadnezzar and his army caught up to Zedekiah, put the smash on him and his sons. He watched his sons die, and then he got his eyes plucked out. That's what happened to him. So from that day forth, Israel never had a king that was from the lineage of Judah. Never. You go all the way to the New Testament, they had King Herod, but he wasn't an Israelite. He wasn't from the tribe of Judah. So the question is, how do we get Shiloh here, the Messiah? How do we get him here? God already pronounced a curse over the lineage of Judah. And this is why we need the virgin birth, to dodge the curse. Is it starting to click yet? Are you starting to catch it yet? Let's look at it. So now we have to go back in time to the fall of man. And this is where God said he was going to put division between the woman's seed and the serpent seed. And so women don't have seed naturally. So somebody got to explain this to me. If women don't have seed naturally, what is this talking about? This directly correlates to the virgin birth, where the Spirit of God overshadowed Mary and she became pregnant. The serpent seed are those evil scribes, Pharisees, and high priests, which Jesus used to tell, you are of your father, the devil. That's who the serpent seed is. You can find all this written in John chapter 8, verse 44. In Luke chapter 2, verses 1-5, Caesar Augustus sent out a decree for the families of Israel to be taxed according to tribe. And Mary, while she was pregnant, went with Joseph because they were of the lineage of David. They went together to be taxed. This evidence suggests that Mary was indeed from the tribe of Judah.